Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dallas Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey open to negotiating extension this offseason. 2 seasons, 2 Pro Bowls for Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey, as he heads into another offseason as a consensus top boot in the NFL. For Aubrey, it seems like yesterday that he was arriving at training camp having to earn a spot on the roster for the 2023 season. A little over 16 months later, the conversation has shifted to his name among the elites around the league. 2 seasons, 2 Pro Bowls for Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey, as he heads into another offseason as a consensus top boot in the NFL. For Aubrey, it seems like yesterday that he was arriving at training camp having to earn a spot on the roster for the 2023 season. A little over 16 months later, the conversation has shifted to his name among the elites around the league. "It's been a dream come true," Aubrey said. "It feels like it's gone by incredibly fast. I'm just trying to sit back and enjoy the ride. Just trying to survive week to week, then I look backwards and, see, I had a good year." One big difference for Aubrey heading into his 3rd season will be the absence of special teams coordinator John Fassel, who departed Dallas for the same position with the Tennessee Titans. Fassel discovered Aubrey when he was playing in the USFL for the Birmingham Stallions and developed him over his first 2 seasons. "He's a good friend, a mentor," Aubrey said. "He's someone who discovered me and started my NFL career off right. I came into training camp battling for position, and they could have strung that decision out for a long time, but they made it nice and quick for me. It gave me a lot of confidence and built me up. He gave me every opportunity to succeed." While Fassel has been crucial in his development, Aubrey said that his kicking coach, the same one he's had since he started kicking in 2020, will remain the same. "For me, it's a separate kicking coach, and that's the way it works best," he said. "I'm not sure how it works outside of Dallas. I know other coaches might have more of a hands-on approach. But for me, I've got a coach I've worked with for 5-6 years now. He knows me as well as I know me." While he hasn't had a chance to meet his new special teams coordinator, Nick Sorensen, he has done some talking with fellow players on what to expect from his new coach. "We've got Nick Sorensen coming in, who I had a chance at the Pro Bowl to talk to 2 of his former specialists and they absolutely raved about him," he said. "I'm excited to get to meet him and start working with him." With the hiring of Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, Aubrey is looking forward to building on the continuity from the previous regime with Schottenheimer now at the helm. He has a message for the people that are doubting his ability to do the job. "He's got a sharp mind, he knows football," he said. "He's been around it his entire life, never had an opportunity to be a head coach, so obviously you can't judge anyone at a job until they get a chance to do it. I think we got to give him a chance and let him roll. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people." Aubrey is heading into the final season of his 3-year contract with the Cowboys. As he has cemented himself as one of the top kickers in the league, he could be in line for a record-setting extension for the kicker position. Last offseason, he hired renowned agent Todd France, who is also Dak Prescott's agent, as he prepares for a payday on his next deal. Video of Myles Garrett begging Dallas Cowboys to save him from Cleveland resurfaces. Myles Garrett has requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. The reigning Defensive Player of the Year wants to join a new organization that offers a better opportunity to win a Super Bowl. After making that announcement public, an old video of the pass rusher resurfaced dating back to his days at Texas A&M. He previously begged the Dallas Cowboys to save him from his current stop. Before playing in the NFL, Garrett was a star for the Aggies. As a sophomore, he led the SEC in sacks and tackles for loss. A year later, he was named a consensus All-American. The defensive end was the top choice to be the number 1 pick in the ensuing NFL draft. The Browns owned that first choice after going 1-15 in the regular season. Prior to the selection process, Myles Garrett was heard pleading for the Dallas Cowboys to trade up and pick him. He wanted to stay home rather than head to the AFC North. The reaction isn't necessarily a surprise. Garrett was born in nearby Arlington. He stayed in the Lone Star State for college. He'd hoped to see that to continue in the NFL. That, of course, didn't happen. Garrett was selected by Cleveland that April, where he spent each of his first 8 professional seasons. In that span, he's made the playoffs twice, winning 1 game. Unfortunately, he hasn't seen enough progress to convince him that the franchise has a realistic shot at winning a title. While the Browns have made notable moves in years past, some of which were directly influenced by Garrett, the team seems stuck in the mud this past season. Cleveland went 3-14. The lineman says that his desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow him to be complacent. He hopes his next destination can help him win at a higher level. At last check, the Detroit Lions were the favorite to land his services. Others have considered Dallas a contender. The Cowboys couldn't save Myles Garrett from Cleveland the first time around. Maybe they can rescue him this offseason. Cowboys predicted to lose leading rusher in NFL free agency. The Dallas Cowboys will be looking to upgrade the entirety of their backfield this offseason, meaning they may be in jeopardy of maintaining Rico Dowdle through free agency. Frisco, the Dallas Cowboys' rushing offense started the 2025 campaign in disaster. A lack of attention toward that area of the offense left the team underprepared heading into the season. Originally, the Cowboys planned to have Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott split carries. That distribution changed dramatically in the second half of the season, with Dowdle becoming the featured back and Elliott's reps becoming scarce. To his credit, the tenured practice squad player proved up to task, shouldering the load and finishing the season with 1,000 yards. Dowdle finally got his break and capitalized. However, that breakout has not secured his future. The Cowboys have undergone some change of leadership, with Mike McCarthy leaving the Star before Brian Schottenheimer was appointed head coach. Schottenheimer has assembled a strong staff with a heavy focus on the run game. That should indicate a strong positive for a player like Dowdle, who has paid his dues and shown he can contribute on Sundays. Given the team has already parted ways with Elliott and not shown much interest in Deuce Vaughn, it seems he would already harbor some favor with the Cowboys. That may be the case, but what is also true here is the Cowboys need to improve the backfield altogether. For some NFL draft analysts, that means the selection of a running back early in the first round. Multiple mocks are connecting the Cowboys to Boise State running back and Heisman runner-up Ashton Jeanty in the first round. Jeanty, a native of Frisco, could be the first player at his position off the board, whether the Cowboys take him or not. If that is the chosen course of action, Dowdle may not want to play backup or split the load with a younger player. Instead, he could decide to sign elsewhere, perhaps for more money. ESPN's Ben Solak made a bold Denver Broncos prediction for the offseason, positing that the team could try to get Dowdle out of Dallas to be featured in their offense next season. The Broncos are also looking to upgrade their running backs group to supplement the offense around Bo Nix. If they miss on some bigger names like Aaron Jones, Solak believes Dowdle is a viable option for Denver. But the key decision comes on the part of the Cowboys here. Dowdle has spent the entirety of his short career in Dallas. Assuming they want him back, they should have the means necessary to do so. If they go the opposite route, Dowdle will have suitors like the Broncos ready to add onto their roster for the 2025 season. And are you a fan? What do you think of Rico Dowdle's situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.